Dear friends, today Jesus speaks about hidden treasures and treasure hunting. Sometimes we hide treasures and we forget where we had hidden them. Sometimes we have the senior moment, so to say. A few years ago, I was visiting one of my parishioners. She had this dementia, memory problems, and she was in the memory care unit. As I saw her in the hallway, I said, "Mary, how are you doing?" And then I tried to introduce myself. I asked her, "Do you know my name? Do you remember me?" And she said, "No, I don't." Then I asked, "Do you know who I am?" Hoping that she would recognize me as her pastor. And she said, "No, but I can tell you one thing. If you go to the front desk and ask, they will tell you who you are." Some years ago, there was a story in a sports magazine published about Santa Clara Swimming Club in California. Every morning, the teenagers in this club get up at 5:30 and go to an outdoor pool and swim for 2 hours. After breakfast, they go off to school and then return in the afternoon and swim for another 2 hours. After that, they hit the books, have a late dinner, and go to bed exhausted. The next morning, they repeat the same routine all over again. When someone asked them, "Why are you following such a rigorous discipline?" one of the girls said, "My goal in life is to make the Olympic team. There is no such thing as too much work. Sacrifice is the key." If Jesus lived today rather than 2,000 years ago, instead of talking about a pearl merchant who sacrificed all to buy that special pearl, Jesus might have talked about this Santa Clara swimmer who sacrificed everything for the Olympic team. Now, we might wonder, what do these two people have in common? It is their commitment to a personal dream. In the case of the pearl merchant, it was to own the most precious pearl in the world. In the case of that swimmer, it is the Olympic medal. This teaches us or points us to the message that Jesus makes in the gospel. Citizenship in God's kingdom, which is the greatest treasure, involves total commitment on our part. We cannot pursue it as a part-time job, or we cannot practice it as a random hobby. We must make it as the top priority in life. Most of the time, we are chasing false treasures like money, wealth, social status, or other worldly things. Often we are locked in the past achievements or focus too much on the future success. As a result, the precious present moment passes us by, and the valuable gifts of God, wisdom, understanding, are not discovered. Let's always remember that heaven is within the reach of everyone who tries to do the will of God. Of course, we are also able to enjoy the worldly happiness within the framework of Jesus' teaching and God's commandments. Dear friends, being a Christian is like being a pearl merchant. Being a Christian is like a treasure hunter. Being a Christian is like being that Santa Clara swimmer. It all involves a total dedication. But there is a big difference between a Christian and all other seekers. The pearl merchant's prize, the farmer's treasure, and the swimmer's medal are all perishable. When the merchant dies, the pearl is of no longer any value to him. When the farmer dies, the treasure is useless to him. And when the swimmer dies, her medal becomes another keepsake for the family. But when a Christian dies, the kingdom of God will be brighter. At the end of our life, the only thing that matters is what we have become before God in the process of trying to seek all other treasures of this world. Now the question is, have they become better human beings? Did they become more loving and caring? Did they become more committed and generous or charitable to the needs of other people? Thus, today's gospel has this very important message for us. Nothing in this world may take priority over God's kingdom. And what counts when we leave this world is not what we have acquired in life and not who we are in the society, but what we have become in the eyes of God. I like to close with a quote from William Barclay, a very modern biblical scholar. He has published many books and commentaries. He writes this: "There is only one way to bring peace to the heart, joy to the mind, beauty to life, and that is to accept the kingdom of God and do God's will."